Hi, mate. What's good, mate?
Aye.
Yeah, today we're going to be reacting to 50 things that are only possible in Australia.
Yeah, we're gonna enjoy the serenity.
Yeah, mate. Sorry, we know you guys don't talk like that, but...
Dat sounds brilliant.
That's Australian. But yeah, we have a character in Apex Legends that talks like this, you know? Hi, mate.
Aye, mate. Don't look at me like that. I was just playing around, mate.
That was exactly how he talks. Sorry, right? What's the react? Okay, I said it already. Right?
You said it already.
So if you guys are new, of course you are new because we don't really have Australian audience. So if you're new, drop the sub. We're gonna be reacting to Australian videos as well. Like the video, comment something you want to see on the channel, and let's just get right to the video.
Yes, sir.
Turn on your post notifications as well. Let me guess.
It's
Kangaroos.
It's necessary, eh?
Which country has the longest fence in the world? That would be
Nigeria.
France.
I swear that was never even funny.
Or USA during Donald Trump's era.
Country has the
Nigeria.
longest fence in the world. How about
Longest,
the second
not
largest
tallest.
sheep population?
The second largest.
3 times more sheep than people? Okay, one word will give it away. Kangaroos. Yeah, I'm talking about the land down under.
So the answer is.
So, what do you know about Australia?
What do I know? I know few
I
things
know-
from Australia.
Yeah, and his voice actor.
Yeah, and I know they are good in. Is it rugby? Yeah, they're really good.
And also, like, there are a lot of gamers from there, though.
Yeah. Oh.
Zebra, them lot.
Yeah.
So, let's start with the name. Australia comes from the Latin word australis, which means southern.
Why does most
Wait.
English word come from Latin word? I
Back
don't
in
know.
the 2nd century, there were legends of a mysterious Terra Australis incognita, or unknown southern land. Well, now it's very known. So let's get to know more about it. Despite the stereotypes of hot, sunny weather year-round, the Australian Alps, which are the highest mountain range in the country, get more snow than the Swiss Alps do. Better grab your skis. The world's longest national highway is in Australia. It
Wow.
stretches for over 9,000 miles. For comparison, the Earth's diameter is about 7,900 miles. It's actually a network of highways that connects all capitals of the mainland states. Now, I'm sure you've heard of the Great Wall of China, but what about the Great Fence of Australia? Okay, that's not what it's called, but still, the Dingo Fence in Southeast Australia
What?
stretches for nearly 3,500 miles. For comparison, it would easily cover the entire span of the U.S., from Los Angeles to Houghton, Maine. Now,
No, that's not an ordinary
A
fence.
fence? Nah, that's not a fence.
That's an offense.
it
Wow.
might not be so surprising to know that Australia is huge. It's about the same size as the continental U.S., about 2,500 miles wide. The distance from the west to east coast is further than Barcelona to Moscow.
That's different countries.
Australia is the world's 6th largest country and the only one that's also a whole continent. But with all that territory, over 80% of Australians live within 60 miles of the coast. This makes the country one of the most coastal dwelling populations in the world. And that means a whole lot of beaches. In fact, they have so
That didn't come out right. A whole lot of pages.
populations in the world. And that means a whole lot of beaches.
You didn't have to rewind it now.
I just need to eat again.
In fact, they have so many that if you decided to visit a new beach every day, it would take you almost 30 years to see.
Oh, I want to see.
Did it 65 times 30?
Wow, I want to see all the beaches in,
Me too, yeah.
in Australia. Wow,
So they are
for
over-
30 years, so
wow.
I will see different beaches.
So there are over 10,000 beaches in
Wow, so I will see like for 30 years, I will see
30
different
years.
beaches.
Wow. Every day.
Wow, I really want to visit Australia now.
them all.
Wow.
The biggest property in Australia is about 40,000 square miles in area. South Korea could fit into it with room to
I don't know why you dragging South Korea to this.
Why are you tagging South Korea now?
spare. The country's termites are busy building huge properties as well. Their mounds are the tallest animal-made structures on this planet. Before humans arrived, the continent was home to megafauna. If you lived there about 46,000 years ago, you'd be dead today. But you would have seen 10-foot-tall kangaroos, 23-foot-long goanna lizards, and ducks the size of an adult horse.
What?
How do you know all this?
Whack. The largest living structure on the planet is the Australian Great Barrier Reef. By the way, it has its own mailbox, and there's a rumor that the fish there use
Nice pun.
eel mail. Yeah. Neither kangaroos nor emus can walk backward. That's a fact. And that's why they're painted on the Australian coat of arms. Keep moving forward.
Oh.
The platypus, an egg-laying mammal that lives only in Australia, is one of the rare venomous mammals on this planet. Luckily, while the venom has an excruciatingly painful effect on people, it's not lethal.
Okay.
The takeaway? Don't fuss with a platypus.
Platypus.
By the way, when the first platypus was brought to England, people there were sure that it was a joke. The English believed that Australians had sewn a duck's bill onto a rat's body to play a trick on them. Yeah, right up until he bit them. Not laughing now, are you?
Wait,
Swimming in the
is that a
surf
true
during the
story?
day
Yeah,
had been
probably.
illegal in Australia up until 1902. But after one guy calmly entered the waves of Manly Beach one afternoon that year, surf bathing became increasingly popular.
Wow.
Wow,
It takes
shout
one
out.
person
Shout out to that guy,
to
though.
make the change.
The largest Greek population outside of Greece itself is in Australia.
Are you serious?
Actually, to be more precise, in Melbourne. More than 160,000 people who live there say they come from Greek descent.
Wow.
Melbourne was the richest city in the world in 1880. These days, Tokyo, Japan holds this title. And until 2018, Melbourne had been rated as the most livable city in the world for 7 years in a row. But then it was bumped down to second place after Vienna, Austria. Come on, Melbourne, get
They're
back
close to
in the
Germany now.
game. One of Melbourne's founders
true.
was John Batman. Yep, that was his real name. And get this, the city was temporarily called Batmania. Too bad they decided to change it to Robinville.
Wait, is this real?
Nah.
Wow.
In 2018, Australia ranked third after Norway and Switzerland on the Human Development Index.
I swear,
This
no
index
way.
is based on education, life expectancy, and citizens' income. Basically, they got a good thing going down under there. In 2005, security guards at the Parliament House in Canberra were prohibited from calling people mate. But the ban only lasted for a day, mate.
Okay,
G'day.
everybody says mate. They even say it to the prisoners.
If you're ever in Western Australia, you can visit one of their many
Whoa,
super
that's a
salty
seed,
pink
bro.
lakes.
Seeds, bro.
They get the bubblegum hue from a certain type of algae and bacteria.
Is that balloon or
And they're
tuna?
totally safe to swim in. Just be careful what you chew. Oh, and be sure
Achoo.
to take a selfie while you're swimming in what looks like a giant pool of Pepto-Bismol. You can thank Australia for coming up with the word selfie in the first place.
Oh.
There are about 74 million sheep to 25 million people in Australia, which makes
So everybody has like 3 ships. So his name 3 ship.
an impressive ratio of 3 to 1. Only China and India have more than that.
Of course.
Oh, and the kangaroo thing is totally true. There are twice as many kangaroos
Wait, there's
as there are
still kangaroos.
In Australia.
Like the 10-foot size kangaroos.
No more.
people
Wait,
there.
did they get retarded or what? I don't know. Like why? Why did they reduce in shape, size?
That's 50 to 25
I
million.
mean, there used to
Speaking
be
of
giant humans as well, I guess.
when a baby kangaroo is born, it's only half an inch long. It's also hairless and totally pink. Kind of looks like a gummy bear. What else is there in Australia? Oh, that's right, koalas.
These guys, they have some
And to top
animals,
that,
bro.
there are 10 times more camels than koalas. Australia is the source of a lot of the Middle East's camels. In
Seriously?
Western Australia, it's against the law to be in possession of more than 110 pounds of potatoes. Well, every country has its obscure, bizarre
Sorry,
laws.
Australians, why is that? Why is there a limit on the potatoes you can have?
The architect of the
Is it
world
because you have? Okay.
famous Sydney Opera House got the idea of this unique construction while munching on an orange. If you combine all the sails of the building's roof, you'll get a perfect sphere.
Oh,
The most ancient fossils in the
do you
world
get-
were found in you'll get a
If
perfect
you combine all these edges together.
sphere. The most ancient
Wow,
fossils in the
smart.
world were found in Australia. They were no less than 3.4 billion years old. Even
How can you tell the exact years ago? I don't get.
older than my leftovers in the fridge. There are so many different species in this country that only 25% of them have been discovered so
Wow.
far.
Damn.
Of the animals discovered to be native to Australia, none have hooves.
Hooves.
Burger King
But there's still no
miraculously turns
unicorn
into
child.
Hooves.
I don't know,
Hungry
look like-
Jacks as soon as you land in Australia. It's the Aussie franchise of the famous fast food chain. Australia
I
is a
read that's
unique
China.
continent that doesn't house any active volcanoes.
Oh.
It's also the
It's
flattest
the only country.
that doesn't house
Oh,
any
continent.
active volcanoes.
Wait.
Wow.
Africa has volcanoes. I mean, none that I've heard of.
Maybe not
Volcanoes.
Nigeria, sure.
It's also
Definitely.
the flattest continent on our planet.
Oh.
But it's got plenty of mountains, and one of them is called Mount Disappointment.
Look, is it really? Is this true?
It's just 2,600 feet tall. And naturally, explorers William Hovell and Hamilton Hume expected to see a great view from the top.
Oh.
However, after climbing the mountain, they discovered that there were too many trees growing on top and blocking the view
Oh, so
completely.
they were disappointed.
Guess how the men felt?
Disappointed.
Australia has
Wait,
tons
so
of
they
unique
really named it Mount?
Mount disappointed.
No fucking way, bro.
flora and fauna species that you won't find anywhere else in the world.
Flora and fauna.
Among those are a staggering 1,500 spider species. Spider species, yeah. On the bright side, and
What?
spider species. Spider species, yeah. On the bright side, and we are. Well, some of them are fatally poisonous.
Wow.
Most are completely harmless. But
How-
do I
How
know
are you
them
going to
apart?
know?
Oh, the poisonous ones were signs. Got it. It's also where you'll find 21 of the world's top 25 most venomous snakes. More than 90% of Australia is covered with some kind of vegetation.
Oh, 90%.
Since 1988,
That's green.
Australia has had a national floral emblem, and it's the golden wattle. When this plant blooms, it gets covered with the country's national colors, green and gold. Australia is a multinational country with more than 200 different languages and dialects.
If I was to guess, I would literally just say it's an English-speaking country, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Spoken there.
Wow.
The most popular non-English languages are
Greek.
Mandarin, Greek, Arabic, Vietnamese, and Cantonese. There
That's
are
Cantonese
19 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Australia, including 12 natural sites, 3 cultural sites, and 4 mixed sites. The difference between Australia's total length and its width is only 200 miles. Hey, do you have an 8-hour working day? You can thank Australian stonemasons for that. In 1865, they demanded to make 8-hour shifts the standard, and it spread throughout the world from there. With 8 people per square mile, Australia has an extremely low population density.
So they need
Wait,
people,
bro.
right?
I don't know. Australia, they've literally like affected the world like positively, man. A lot. Imagine
Comparison.
selfie. What would we be calling selfie if not selfie?
Maybe like selfish. I don't know.
I don't want to selfish, bro.
You know, when you do it alone, it is selfish.
That's true.
There are about 93 people per square mile in the U.S. The national Australian airline, Qantas, uses recycled cooking
Oh, I've
oil
heard of
to
so-
power
so-
its interstate flights. So, have I missed any cool fact? Cooking oil to power
What the fuck? They use cooking oil to power
its interstate flights. So, have I missed any cool facts about Australia? Let me
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
Australia is actually, that's impressive. Not gonna lie. Like the way this guy did the animation and everything.
Yeah, and a little bit of comedy.
Yeah. So yeah.
So that's-
Okay, it's good to actually learn about Australia, guys. If there are more videos you would love us to do about Australia, let us know in the comment section. Until we see you next time, guys.
Peace.